Good morning, students. In the last class, we have seen position vector, displacement vector, instantaneous velocity, average velocity, and we have seen their directions. Average velocity direction, that is lies in the direction of displacement, and instantaneous velocity is tangent to the path. Okay, how do we find the instantaneous velocity direction? We draw the tangent at a given point. That tangent shows direction of the velocity. Tangent means it is a line we will draw that touches the point, that we call it as a tangent. You will see in mathematics. So normal and tangents you will see in mathematics. Okay. Now we will see, today we shall have acceleration. Now we will see acceleration vector. So what we completed, velocities and average velocity completed. Now acceleration. Again in this we have two accelerations, average acceleration and instantaneous acceleration. What we followed in average velocity and instantaneous velocity methods, mathematics equations, same we will follow here. First one average acceleration, then instantaneous acceleration. So acceleration average A or AV. This is vector. So this we will write V average or rate of change of average velocity by time. So go back to last class equation, then you will find the what is that average velocity vector. So this we will write delta V by delta T. Clear? Understand? So what is delta V vector? This we will written as delta x I cap by delta t plus delta y j cap by delta t. Clear? So this is average acceleration vector. Clear? Average acceleration equation is this one. Delta V by delta t. This we will write delta x I cap by, sorry, not delta x. This we will write delta Vx, and this we will write delta Vy. Understand? Average velocity along x axis, along y axis. Actually, I mentioned yesterday A. This is also A. You will get Ax and Ay. So this is average acceleration. Clear? Now instantaneous acceleration, or this we can write, or do that we will write as it is only. So now we will try to write instantaneous velocity. Clear? Or this we can write this is Ax along I cap, average acceleration along x axis, and this is average acceleration along y axis. Clear? So now instantaneous acceleration. Average acceleration, how do we define? Change in velocity in a given time interval. Change in velocity in a given time interval. Now instantaneous acceleration, that we will write simply A. This is equal to limit delta t approaches to 0, delta VAV, I mean VA means average velocity. This is equal to delta V by delta t. Clear? When time is approaches to 0 for short interval, means on time acceleration is instant. instantaneous acceleration. Then A is equal to, how do we write? dv by dt. This how do we write? d by dt of what is velocity vector? Yesterday we are saying vx I cap plus vy j cap. This is instantaneous velocity. Yesterday we are saying this vector v. So this is v is equal to vx I cap vy j cap. Then A is equal to, write this individually, dvx by dt I cap plus dvy by dt j cap. Now this A we will write rate of change of velocity along x direction. Ax I cap plus ay j cap. Clear? This is instantaneous acceleration vector. Now we have a what? Two accelerations, along x direction, along y direction. Understand? Now the direction of instantaneous velocity. This is always, see, in a straight line motion you are seeing acceleration in the direction of velocity or opposite to the velocity, and only straight line in y direction, in only one direction you are seeing in straight line motion. But in the two-dimensional motion, acceleration and velocity may not or may lie in the same direction. Understand? So acceleration vector and velocity vector, the angle between acceleration and velocity vector will be 0 to 180. Understand? Means in the direction, opposite direction, sometimes it acts perpendicular also. Understand? So the changing velocity vector, that is nothing but acceleration, that always acts between 0 to 180 to the velocity vector. Clear? In straight line motion, it in the direction or opposite direction, only two directions are there. But in the two-dimensional motion, it varies 0 to 180. Understand? So now, what are we seeing? See, we have seen position vector r is equal to x I cap plus y j cap. Right? This is position vector. And instantaneous velocity we return dr by dt. This we got differentiating r. What we got? V is equal to Vx I cap plus Vy j cap. And finally, acceleration vector, how do we write? dv by dt. And what did we get acceleration vector? A is equal to Ax I cap plus Ay j cap. See, this rate of change and rate of change in position, velocity vector. Rate of change in velocity. Velocity is rate of change of position. And acceleration, rate of change of velocity. Okay? Simply in general, U refers to what? Initial velocity. Initial velocity also we can write in two-dimensional. Initial velocity along x direction plus initial velocity along y direction, and this is final velocity. And we term this as instantaneous velocity, right? So V is equal to Vx I cap plus Vy j cap, and Ax is equal to Ax I cap plus Ay j cap. Clear? To find the directions, we follow the what? Tan theta. Tan theta is equal to Vx by Vy. For all three vectors, magnitude and direction we follow the same. What is the general formula? Magnitude formula. A is equal, if A is a vector, magnitude is under root of Ax square plus Ay square. This formula you follow for all this. And direction, tan theta is equal to what we have, that is Ay by Ax. Follow this formula, we will get magnitude and direction. Okay, using these two, we will find the directions and magnitudes of these three vectors. Now, we are going to use these three equations. to understand motion in plane. Now our actual lesson will start. Now we will enter into the motion in plane. Okay? Equations of motion are kinematic equations in two-dimensional. Equations in plane. Kinematic equations in plane. What you are seeing kinematic equations in first lesson? First is u is equal to v is equal to u plus at. Am I correct? Final velocity equation. This is the first kinematic equation. Next equation, displacement equation. S is equal to ut plus of at square. And the third equation is what? V square minus u square is equal to 2as. And Sn is equal to u plus a into n minus half. That is displacement on nth second. That's for commutatives are explained. Clear? But that we don't use here. That's not required also. Now these three you are studying, right? Now this is straight line motion equations. These three. The same three equations we will write in two-dimensional. How do we write? Final velocity along x direction. Final velocity along x direction is equal to initial velocity along x direction plus acceleration along x direction. Okay, this is along x. Next along y. Then how do we write along y direction? Final velocity along y direction is equal to initial velocity along y direction plus acceleration along y direction into t. Now we have a vx and vy. Then how do you write velocity vector? V is equal to vx I cap plus vy j cap. Understand? But we will calculate ux using this formula. We will calculate vy using this formula, and vx vy we will substitute in vector. Clear? Of course, these are all vectors. You can write like this. Time is not a vector. Okay? This is what? Velocity is over from first equation. Next, second equation. This is S refers displacement. So displacement along x is equal to initial velocity along x into time plus half into ax t square. So this is a displacement. You can write like this. Clear? So here we are saying so no problem, no need to write that this is not this will not make any difference. So not required also. Now this is sy. Sy is equal to uyt plus of ay t square. Displacement along x is equal to initial velocity along x into t plus half ax square. All values we will take along direction. See, if x, all we will take along x. If y, all we will take along y. Time we don't take tx, ty. Understand? Time will not change along x axis, along y axis. Time remains same. And final third equation, how do we write? Vx square minus ux square is equal to 2ax sx. And this is vy square minus uy square is equal to 2ay sy. This is along x direction, this is along y direction. Clear? So in this lesson we will follow these 6 equations. How do we get these 6? Using straight line motion. First lesson equations, previous lesson equations we written in 2 dimensions. To write these all equations, this was the story. Position vector, velocity vector, acceleration vector. Clear? Same definitions we are written. Definition also same, equations also same, but we written in vector form and we written in 2 directions. Because of direction only, these are all comes into play. Understand? Without direction we cannot understand motion in plane. You please make a note on these equations. So for this vector arrow is required, for here not required. Clear? These are all what? So we are writing these two in this vector form, so not required. Clear? Okay, now we shall have a very important discussion: projectile motion. Projectile motion. Projectile motion. First you need to know what is projectile. If you throw the object, no matter how you throw, the object is thrown. So that we call it as projectile. Clear? The motion of the projectile. Nothing but a projectile motion. Clear? You will see different kinds of motion. See, this is also a projectile. If you throw like this is also a projectile. Clear? So, if an object thrown from a point, that we call it as a projectile. If we throw straight, the projectile follows straight path. Okay? If you throw, already you have seen, I throw the shot, then how it see this moves like this. Clear? So certain height I have, from certain height I throw. Clear? Then this follows like this. Am I correct? Like this. See, if I throw vertically up, it goes straight. And if I throw horizontal, it goes like this. If I throw like this, it follows like this. Am I correct? So the body is projected. Okay? That we call it as projectile. So in this case, we will throw the object with certain angle to the x-axis. Understand? So other than 90 in the sense, if you throw the object exactly straight, this is 90 degree. Clear? This is 90 degree. If you throw the straight, this is 0 degree. The object is thrown other than 0 and 90 degree. So this we call it as, in this, especially in this lesson, this we call it as projectile. Okay? So now we are going to find the equation of this projectile body, projected body. Okay? Now the path followed by the projectile is called, this we call it as a trajectory. This we call it as trajectory. Clear? Understand? The path followed by the projectile is called trajectory. So now this is common observation. If you throw the object with certain angle to the horizontal axis or horizontal, it follows this path. Am I correct or not? So this is motion in a plane. For this motion, we are going to find the equation. Now that we call it as a equation of projectile. What is that? The equation of a projectile or the equation of path of a projectile. So now we are going to see the equation of path of a projectile. Clear? Equation of path of projectile. So this is very important 5 marks question. Equation of path of path of a projectile. Path of a projectile. Clear? Okay, now let us consider an object which is thrown from here. An object we are throwing. This is the horizontal axis x and this is y. So our reference point is the intersection of two coordinates. Understand? Clear? For In the beginning only I am saying, otherwise we will consider like this to avoid the confusion. We will take like this. How? Now this is an object. It's thrown, projected. Here it moves like this. Understand? So to analyze this, to study this, what we need to know first, reference point. So to reference point we fix the coordinates. So in physics, reference points are what? Coordinates. This is y and this is x. Am I correct? So I fix this coordinate at the point of projection. Clear? This is y. So now this is projected from this point, origin. This we call it as a prime point of projection. What is this? Point of projection. And then it moves and it falls here. It hits the again ground. Clear? Where it hits the level of the point of projection. The level of the point of projection and where the point is, ball is or where the object is hitting, these two levels are equal. Now this is x-axis, this is y-axis. Now the vector, this is the path. Instantaneous velocity vector direction, it's a tangent. If you draw a tangent, that shows what? Velocity direction. This I extended at this point. So with what velocity we can project? We can project with the velocity u, initial velocity. This vector making an angle theta. So this theta we call it as angle of projection. Theta is what? Theta is angle of projection. Okay? Understand? Now why this object follows this path? This is very, very important. So this is u is a vector velocity. In this velocity, one component acts along x direction. Already we mentioned vector. In the resolution of vector, one component always acts along x-axis and one component acts along y direction. Along y direction. See, if you take the point here one component acts along in this direction and one component acts along in this direction. And this is the tangent. If come to here, one component will act in this direction, one component acts in this direction. If it is this, one component acts in this direction. There is no vertical component. If there, further it moves up. Like that. See, what does that mean? One component pulls the object along in this direction, one component pulls the object up, so that this combined motion. Understand? That's why it follows this path. Clear? So now take the initial conditions. What will be the initial velocity? U. What is the component along the x direction? That is, x component is what? Ux. Ux, how do we write? U cos theta. What is velocity along y direction? Uy. That is u sin theta. Understand? One component initially u cos theta acting along x direction. This u cos theta pulls the object along horizontal so that it covers horizontal displacement. Another component which is acting up, you take here. This is one component. This is ux. Clear? And one component uy. Like that. So one is pulling horizontal, another pulling up, vertically up. So that these two combinations, this combined motion is this one. Clear? So to understand these are all we studied vectors. So initially what is there along x direction? U cos theta. What is there along y direction? U sin theta. Clear? And now in this, as soon as we throw the object, it covering certain distance along the x direction. Am I correct? And it rises, initially it is on the ground. Due to this projection, it rises certain height from the ground. Understand? So total, I mean in this motion from point of projection to where the body is hit, in this what happened? Initially it is here, finally it is here. It has a horizontal displacement, and in this journey it has vertical displacement. Now I am going to find the horizontal displacement, that is Sx. So displacement along x axis. To find this, we need to know all values. What is the displacement vector? What is the displacement formula? General formula: S is equal to ut plus half at square. So we need to know velocities along x direction, y direction. This displacement we are going now. I am finding along x direction. So I need to know velocity along initial velocity along x direction, acceleration along x direction. So that we need to find. So now acceleration along x direction we are taking as ax. So along the horizontal there is no force acts. Suppose if you drop any object, if you drop the object, that will fall straight. It will not move sideways until unless wind blows. That's not effect. Wind is not there. Imagine the situation. If you drop an object, this object will fall straight. See this duster. I am dropping. Clear? It falls straight, but not horizontally. It will not move. Understand? What does it mean? No force acting along horizontal. No force act along the horizontal. No acceleration along horizontal. So ax is 0. Sir, why it moves like this? It will be thrown. That's why it is moving, but not force. The body, this object moves along this path. Reason we throw. If we release the object, if I release the object here, that will not follow this path. That means no force is acting along x direction. Understand? So no force act along x direction. There is no acceleration along x direction according to Newton laws. So next acceleration along y direction. Understand? What is the acceleration along y direction? If you release the object, why it is falling down? Why it is falling due to acceleration due to gravity. So gravity force. So on this object also gravity force will act no matter how it moves. So that is acceleration due to gravity acts upward direction or downward direction. It acts downward direction. So G. Clear? Now I am talking about the displacement along x direction. So this Sx, this total displacement you consider as a x, Sx. Clear? So this value is not taken, you take it as a capital X. Now displacement along x direction. What we know? Ux, initial velocity along x direction is u cos theta. Displacement along x direction is x is equal to, take it as a x. Clear? And acceleration along x direction is equal to 0. Or if you take it, this is capital X, then you take it this small x to avoid the confusion. This is small x and this you take it as a capital Y. Clear? And now what is the Sx equation? Sx is equal to uxt plus half ax t square. Clear? Now the values I am substituting. Sx value is what? X. X is equal to, what is ux? Initial velocity along x direction. U cos theta into t plus half, what is ax? 0 into t square. So t is time. Where do we consider this? From point of projection to reach this point. It takes certain time. The time is t. Understand? When from the point of projection to reach the ground, it takes certain time. To travel from here to here, it takes certain time. The time is, you are considering t. Clear? So now acceleration along x direction is 0. This equation will become x is equal to u cos theta t. Clear? So make it this equation 1. Okay. Next, displacement along y direction. Okay, now displacement along y direction we will take it as sy, that considering y. Next, uy, initial velocity along y direction, that is u sin theta. What is there along y direction initial velocity? U sin theta. Next, ay is equal to g. Here, important, very important point. Initial velocity acting along upward direction, but g is acting downward direction. Are these two in same direction or opposite direction? U sin theta is acting up, g acting down. These two vectors opposite in nature or same? They are acting in the same direction or opposite direction? They are acting opposite direction. So u sin theta we are taking upward. Upward, if we consider positive, then downwards will be negative. So this we can write. How do this we will write? Minus g. Reason, u sin theta is acting upwards, g acting downwards. Now what is sy equation? Sy is equal to uyt plus half ay t square. Then sy we consider as a y, u sin theta into t plus 1 by 2 ay minus g t square. So y is equal to u sin theta t minus into plus minus half gt square. Okay. In this I would like to eliminate t. Then how do we eliminate? How do I eliminate this using first equation? This is equation 2. From equation 1, t, how do we write? T, make it subject to, then what do you get? X by u cos theta. T value, t substitute in equation 2. Then what do you get? Y is equal to u sin theta into, what is t? X by u cos theta. So x by u cos theta minus t, instead of t we are substituting, of g. What is t? X by u cos theta whole square. Then here u will cancel. Now this equation we can write y is equal to sin theta by cos theta. Sin theta by cos theta is what? Tan theta. So this is x tan theta minus 1 as this by 2 is there, g x square by 2 comes down, u square cos square theta. U square cos square theta. Clear? So this equation we can write y is equal to ax minus b x square. Clear? So instead of writing this, I am writing the simple equation. To write the simple form, a tan theta I consider as a and b is what? G by 2 u square cos square theta. Clear? So you can write directly up to here, but to write in a simple way, we will write y is equal to ax minus bx square to understand the equation. Clear? So in mathematics, if equation is like this, y is equal to mx plus c, order is 1, x power is 1. This represents the straight line. Understand? If x power is 1, that represents the straight line. Suppose you have a equation y is equal to ax square plus c, like this is there. Understand? If x square terms is there, that equation represents the parabola. If x square term is there in mathematics, this equation represents the parabola. Power 1 is there, straight line. So in our equation, what did we get? X square we got. Order we will prefer, no matter here x power 1, final order we prefer. So x square is there. So this equation represents according to mass parabola. Which equation? This is path of the projectile. We are framing the equation for equation of the path of a projectile. How it is following? This is parabola. This path, this trajectory is what? Parabola. So mathematically we prove. Hence, the equation of the path of the projectile is a parabola. We do have a question like this. Show that path of the projectile is parabola. Then what do? You have to follow this method. Finally, we will get equation y is equal to ax minus bx square. This equation contains power 2. According to mass, this equation shows parabola. So hence prove. So you can write like that. First, drawing the figure is very important. Very simple. Don't take it difficult. Don't feel difficult. All quantities we taken along x-axis and y-axis. S is equal to ux plus ut plus half at square. S displacement equation we used. That's all. First equation we substituted in second. We got final equation. You remember that way. Don't mug up, don't buy hard. Oh, u cos theta, u sin theta, ay, ax, these are all. Don't make it confused and just follow the concept. Then you can understand and make a note on this. Consideration and figure, everything please make a note. Okay, now we will see equations. What you are seeing in stated motion. Time of ascent, time of descent, maximum height. Okay, one more information. In the previous discussion, I mentioned t to reach this point. That's not at a certain time t. That's all. All equations we framed at certain time t. So you make a note that clear. Now we will try to find the what first h maximum height or height entered by the projectile. Height. Clear. Or we will see for maximum height. Or if you take simply height, you take a different equation, but we will try to find out height maximum or maximum height. Clear. Maximum height, how do we say in this figure, where the height is maximum? This point. Clear. Here which velocity is 0 and maximum height which velocity is acting. If you draw a line tangent, this is acting horizontal. Horizontal means which is parallel to the x-axis. What about velocity along y direction? This is final velocity along y direction will be 0. If not, then what happened? It follows further height like this. It goes like this. If where see maximum height means where the final velocity along y direction 0. Where the point where the final velocity is 0, from that point to ground. That distance, that height we call it as a maximum height. Understand? Clear? So in this case here, the final velocity along y direction is going to be 0. Clear? Otherwise then what happened? It goes further height, that's all. Somewhere for any projectile at certain point, the final velocity is going to be 0. Now, what is the initial velocity along this initial velocity along the y direction? U is equal to u sin theta, and vy is the final velocity, should be 0. Understand? Next, acceleration ay is minus the reason this is acting up, this is acting down. Now displacement we taken as sy, this is we are taking as s. Sy is equal to h max. Time is not required in this case. Clear? Which equation is it? Which equation contains these terms? Already we have seen 6 equations. That is vy square minus uy square is equal to 2ay sy. Am I correct? So vy finally 0 minus u sin theta whole square is equal to 2ay minus e. Sy we are considering h max. Clear? Then this will be minus is not inside. This is there in the formula. Clear? So minus u square sin square theta square it minus 2g h max minus minus cancel. H max is equal to u square sin square theta by 2g. Okay? This is maximum height equation for projectile. In straight line motion, what did you see? U square by 2g. In straight line motion, u square by 2g you have seen. Am I correct or not? So this is h maximum. Find where the final velocity going to 0. That point. That point to the point of projection level. Here final velocity is 0. This is the point of projection level. This height h max. Next, time of ascent. Time of ascent you taken as TA. Time of ascent. This is also same. Where the final velocity going to 0 or to reach the maximum height. From point of projection to reach the maximum height. Time taken to reach maximum height from point of projection is called time of ascent. So point of projection here, maximum height is here. So to reach from here to here, time taken is TA, time of ascent. Again, same we will follow. Initial velocity along y direction, u sin theta. Sir, why you are taking y direction? Why not x direction? Clear? In the definition, what we are talking? To reach maximum height. To reach maximum height. Height we are talking. Height is there in which direction? Along y direction. So uy. Final velocity along y direction is 0. Ay is equal to minus g. Time we are considering t is equal to ta. Understand? So, which equation contains these terms? Initial velocity, final velocity, acceleration, time. That is Vy is equal to Uy plus Ay t. Then Vy is what? 0 is equal to Uy. Uy U sin theta plus Ay is what? Minus g into t. Why we taken minus? I hope you understand. U sin theta is acting up. So this we will write u sin theta is equal to minus gt. T we taken as ta, time of ascent. Minus minus cancel. So ta is equal to u sin theta by g. This is the second equation. In straight line motion, what do you study? TA is equal to u by g. Here we are getting additional time, additional term sin theta. Clear? Now this is time of descent. Next, time of descent. Time of descent means time taken to reach the projectile from maximum height to ground. Ground in the sense the level of the point of projection. This is called time of descent, TA. So always time of ascent is equal to time of descent. We are talking in ideal condition. No air resistance, no wind flow is not there. Clear? So in that case, time of ascent is equal to time of descent. So TA is equal to TD. Then TD equation will be TD is equal to U sin theta by G. Clear? Understand? Then the total journey from point of projection to reach the ground, this we call it as total time, we call it as the time of flight. What is the time of flight? Time of flight is time taken by the projectile to reach the ground. To reach the ground, in the sense we need to mention the same level. Time taken by the projectile to from the point of projection level to reach the same level on the ground. That is called time of flight. It is nothing but time of ascent plus time of descent. Total time from here to here. This we split into two time. One is to reach the maximum height is time of ascent, and to reach the ground time of descent. So total time of flight. If you add the total time, that we call it as the time of flight. So time of flight. This we denote with capital T. Capital T, how do we write? It is the sum of time of ascent plus time of descent. This is equal to u sin theta g, u sin theta by g plus u sin theta by g. Then this will be 2u sin theta by g. This is total time of flight. Time of descent, time of ascent is half of that. Clear? So time of flight means this one, to reach from point of projection to the point of projection level to hit the ground. Clear? So make a note on this. Next one is range. This is R. Range means horizontal distance, horizontal displacement. If you project the body, it covers the horizontal distance. That we call it as a range. Here also we will take level, point of projection level and hitting the ground level. We should take same level, not at different levels. Understand? Clear? So to reach from point of projection to hit the ground, what is the total time we consider as a t? Clear? So we are calculating a horizontal distance. So which physical quantity we do consider? Along x direction physical quantities. So Sx, it is horizontal. So this x we are considering as a r. Initial velocity along x direction ux is equal to u cos theta. Time to cover r, t, we are taking as capital T, time of flight. Acceleration along the x direction is 0. Which equation contains these four terms? That is Sx is equal to uxt plus half kx t square. What is Sx? Sx we are considering as r. What is ux? U cos theta. T we are considering as a capital T plus half 0 t square. Then r is equal to u cos theta. What is t? Time of flight. In the last equation we have seen there 2u sin theta by g. This term is 0 because 0 into something. Then this r is equal to u square. This we can write like this to understand. U square 2 sin theta cos theta by g. What is this? According to mathematics trigonometry, this is sin 2 theta. So r is equal to u square sin 2 theta by g. This is the range formula. Clear? This is range. Then we do have a question. When the range is maximum range. Range formula is what? R is equal to u square sin square 2 theta by g. Okay? Here R is equal to u square sin 2 theta, not square. So u square sin 2 theta by g. Here, for a point of projection, once we projected, u remains constant, g remains constant, which can be varied. For a given values of u and g, we can vary theta. For which values sin theta is maximum, and sin values varies from Of course, minus 1 to plus 1. Minus 1 we do not consider, we will consider plus 1. Plus 1, where do we get for sin theta? For sin 90. If theta is equal to 90 degree, we will get sin value 1. But here instead of theta, we have 2 theta. So 2 theta must be 90. Then only if 2 theta is 90, sin 90 1. Then range will become maximum. If I consider 2 theta is 90, theta should be 45 degree, because theta is equal to 90 by 2. Theta is equal to 45 degree. So if theta is equal to 45 degree, R will become R max. Then R max is equal to U square sin 90 by G. Clear? 2 into 45 90. Then R max is equal to U square by G. So for a projectile, if you project theta is equal to 45 degree, the horizontal distance will be maximum. Then it travels more distance, it covers more distance along x direction. Understand? Clear? When for a given velocity, if we throw with the 45 degrees, then the projectile will have a maximum horizontal distance. So just R formula is U square sin 2 theta by G. If they ask R max, what do you write? If theta is equal to 5, theta is equal to 45, range will become maximum. Then R max is equal to U square by G. How to write? We do expect these R derivations for 3 marks. Derive the time of flight for a projectile, or derive the range equation for a projectile, or derive the maximum height for a projectile. So figure is common for all. Based on the question, you need to select the derivation. If they ask path of the projectile, show the path of the projectile parabola, you write y is equal to ax minus bx square. That derivation, first 5 marks derivation. These are all time of flight, range, maximum height. This we do expect for 3 marks. Understand? 3 marks question. But all the 3 derivation, all 4 derivation figure is same. So practice the figure properly. Understand? So make a note on this. Now come to this figure. Throughout in this journey, acceleration here, velocity at the maximum height, we have special question. These are very 1 mark questions, where the acceleration and velocity is perpendicular in a projectile motion. We do expect question like this. At the height, horizontal velocity is there. Why horizontal velocity is there? It follows the path like this. If horizontal velocity is 0, then what will happen? Suddenly it falls down. But that is not happening. What does it mean? It follows like this. So here horizontal velocity is in this direction, and acceleration due to gravity acts downwards. Here how the velocity and acceleration, they are perpendicular, not in same direction. This is a very important point. Here at the maximum height of the projectile, velocity and acceleration are perpendicular. And at the maximum height, final velocity along the y direction is 0, but not horizontal velocity. Clear? As this projectile, horizontal component is remains same, but vertical component gradually decreases up to where? Maximum height. Again in the downward journey, horizontal component remains same, but vertical component again increases. Understand? Here horizontal component will be act like this, vertical component acts downwards like this. Understand? Like this. Clear? Which component is decreases? Vertical component decreases. Horizontal component remains constant.